Hi guys, I'm Sonia. Today's practice is going to be a quick flow to work the whole body, get you moving, and awaken a sense of energy and vitality. So if you're feeling a bit tired or lazy, this is for you. There'll be nothing too strenuous, a little bit of quick core work at the end. Let's get to it.
Okay, let's begin seated on our knees. If this position isn't comfortable for you, you can grab a block or two if you have them, or a stack of books, and place those underneath you. Place them with the long way facing like so. That'll be most comfortable for your booty. And then go ahead and sit down. That should now be really comfortable for your knees and your hips. If you need to even take a third block, you're welcome to do that. So once you're comfortable, and feel free to pause the video if you need to go grab all that. But once you're comfortable, then take a long, deep breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Take another breath in and feel your spine getting longer as you breathe in. Allow your shoulders to relax as you exhale slowly. Take another breath in, syncing your attention with your breath. Find a slow, relaxed rhythm that feels natural to you. For the rest of the practice, continue breathing consciously, keeping part of your attention on your breath. If you forget, don't worry, I'll remind you. That conscious breath is going to unlock extra magic in this practice. Next, we'll warm up the spine with a few cat-cows. Come onto your hands and knees for tabletop position. If you were using blocks or bricks, put those off to the side. Continue with your slow, steady breathing. With your next inhale, arch your spine. Your head and tailbone rise and your navel drops down. Exhale and round your spine, drawing your chin towards your chest. We'll do 3 more rounds of this. Inhale, arch the spine. And exhale, round. Notice the sensation of movement between each vertebrae. And come back to a neutral spine, tabletop position. Inhale, lean your hips over towards the right. Exhale and draw your hips back in a half circle over to the left side. Inhale and exhale back, circling over to the right. One more half circle in each direction, starting to wake up those hip muscles, release any tightness there. And finishing, bring yourself back into a neutral spine. Tuck your toes and lift your knees a few inches off of the mat. Press your hands into the mat. Feel your core muscles and leg muscles start to engage. Pause here for 1 breath in. Exhale, keeping your knees bent, send your tailbone up and back, making your spine as long as possible. Press your hands into the mat like you're pressing the floor away from you, while your hip bones reach up and back. Focus on that sensation of length in the spine. Your neck is relaxed. You're gazing at the space between your big toes. Your breath is steady and even. Now, keeping your attention on that feeling of length in your spine, start to straighten your knees. If you have tight or short hamstrings, you might feel your spine start to round. If that happens, keep your knees bent. If you can straighten them all the way while keeping the long spine, go ahead and straighten them, pressing your thigh bones back towards the wall behind you, assuming there is a wall somewhere behind you. Start to pedal your heels, waking up the leg muscles, starting to release any stiffness or tension. Keep that steady rhythm of your breath. Now come onto your tiptoes, reaching both heels up toward the ceiling. Lift your hips higher towards the ceiling. Press your chest closer to your feet. Now you're in a shorter, taller down dog. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose and draw your heels toward the floor. Inhale and come forward to a plank, shoulders over your wrists. Adjust the placement of your hands on the mat if you need to. Feel your core muscles activate. Your hips are lifted so your body forms a straight line between your shoulders and your hips. Now, focusing on the sensations in the bottom of your feet, rock forward and back 3 times. This is really nice for all of the fascia on the bottoms of your feet. Come back to a strong, still plank. Exhale, bend your elbows, lower your body onto the mat. Untuck your toes, rest the tops of the feet on the mat. Inhale, lift your chin and chest. Draw your shoulders away from each other to broaden your chest. Stay here in baby cobra, or if your spine is ready for more, lift higher, maybe all the way to full cobra. Look up at the ceiling if that feels okay for your neck. Exhale, lower belly and chest back down to the mat. Tuck your toes, engage your core, and press straight up into a plank. Inhale here, exhale, downward facing dog. Spine long, legs engaged. Inhale, lift your right leg toward the ceiling for 3-legged dog. Your toes are pointed, reaching to come as close to the ceiling as they can. Exhale, bend your right knee, come forward into a plank, and draw your right knee toward your chest. Plant your right foot between your hands. If you have any trouble getting your foot to that spot, you can grab your ankle with your right hand to assist. Gaze forward, square your hips, lower your back knee to the mat. Inhale and sweep your arms up, palms together, low crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat. Lift your back knee. Plant your left hand firmly next to your right foot. Inhale and sweep your right hand up to the sky, opening your chest to the right. Gaze up at your hands. Notice the sensations of this gentle twist. Ideally, your right knee is directly over your right ankle. If your hamstrings are too tight for that, it's okay. Exhale, right hand back to the mat. Square your shoulders, step back to plank. Exhale, keep your elbows close to your body, lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Inhale, come up to baby cobra or full cobra. Shoulders are wide, chest is open. Exhale, belly, chest, back to the mat. Tuck your toes, press up to a plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg, stretch those toes toward the ceiling. Reach for new heights, make yourself long. Bend your left knee, draw it forward as you come into a plank. Place your left foot between your hands. Square your hips, lower your back knee. Inhale, sweep your arms up, palms together. Look up, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat. Lift your back knee. Plant your right hand next to your front foot. Reach your left arm up. If your hair is in your eyes, move it out of the way. Inhale, feel the twist, the opening of your left shoulder. Even, steady breath. Exhale, left hand back to the mat. Step back to a plank. Strong core. Exhale, belly all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale to your cobra. Shoulders wide. Exhale, chest to the mat. Inhale, press to plank. Pause here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Even, steady breath here. Observe your posture. Muscles are active. Hands press into the mat. Tailbone reaches up. Heels reach toward the mat. Exhale, walk your hands back to your feet into a forward fold. Grab opposite elbows. Let your head and upper body hang, releasing the lower back. If you have tight hamstrings, you can bend your knees to get that release. Sway your shoulders gently side to side like a slow moving pendulum. Feel the heaviness of your head, the gravity creating extra space between each vertebrae. Inhale and reach your arms out to the sides, then clasp your hands behind you overhead. Reach the hands up and forward, bringing your nose closer to your knees. Feel that stretch through the shoulders. Check on your breath, steady and relaxed. Inhale, release the hands, bring them back to the mat. Walk your hands forward, back into a plank. Strong core here. Exhale, belly to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Arms engaged, spine is long. Quadriceps pressing toward the back of the room. Feel the hollowness of your lower belly. Steady, even breath. Inhale, come up to your tiptoes. Bring your right foot forward between your hands. Pivot your back heel to the mat. Inhale, lift your left hands, cartwheel your arms up to warrior two. Front knee over your front ankle. Legs are strong, arms are straight. Feet ground into the mat. Gaze forward past your front middle finger. Inhale, lift your right hand to the ceiling, left hand rests on your back leg, reverse warrior. Right arm can stay straight, or if you want more, reach farther back, curve the spine. Exhale, bring your right elbow to your knee, left arm alongside your left ear. Extended side angle. Feel the lengthening along the left side of your body. Inhale, come back to warrior two, straighten your front knee. Heel toe your back foot a little closer to the front, preparing for triangle pose. Keep your hips stable. Reach your right hand forward and down to your ankle or alongside your shin. If this isn't accessible, this is a great time to grab a block if you have one. Even if you can already do a perfect triangle, using a block in this pose is a great variation. Place the block on the outside of your front ankle and your right hand on top of the block. You want your left hip to stay stacked over the right, and the block will help make that happen. Stretch your left hand up and look up at your left hand if your neck is comfortable. Otherwise, look down at your right hand. Long, steady breath. Bring your upper arm alongside your left ear for a left body side stretch. 2 more rounds of steady, even inhales and exhales here. Inhale, lift back to standing. Take your block with you if you're using it and place it to the left side of your mat. Swivel your feet to face the other direction, preparing for the same sequence on the other side. Come to warrior two with your left toes facing forward. Front knee over your front ankle, arms outstretched. Ground your feet, connect to your strength and stability. Inhale, reverse your warrior, left hand up, lean back. Lengthen and breathe. Exhale, left elbow to your knee, extended side angle. Create a long straight line from your right ankle to your right hand. Keep breathing. Inhale, rise up, straighten your front leg for triangle. Legs activated. Left hand down to your ankle or your block. Right hand reaches up. Hips are stacked, straight line from your lower hand to your upper hand. Steady breath. Whether your hand is on your block or your ankle, look for a sensation of spaciousness in your torso. Your right outer ribs are lifting upwards, reaching upwards. Reach your right arm alongside your right ear. Inhale, rise up. Place your block off to the side. Swivel your left foot so it's parallel to your right. Come into a wide-legged stance, hands on your waist. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the mat. Bring the hands in line between your feet. Your wrists, elbows, and shoulders are aligned. Crown of your head hangs toward the floor. Maybe it reaches all the way to the mat. Your spine relaxes. Feel the lengthening through the neck. Inhale, reach your arms wide, clasp the hands overhead, and reach them forward. Feel the stretch through the shoulders. Breathe and send your breath towards any areas of tension. Inhale, release the hands, bring them back to the mat. Heel toe the feet a little closer together. Hands to the waist, inhale, rise up to standing. Step your feet together, turn to face the front of the mat with your feet hip distance apart. Come into Tadasana, the mountain pose. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Inhale up onto your tiptoes. If you wobble, it's okay. Exhale, slowly bend your knees to descend towards the mat. Slowly, slowly. Hover your glutes above the mat for just a second and then sit back. Now, for a little core work, we'll do a variation of Navasana, boat pose. Bend your knees and lift your shins parallel to the mat. Extend your arms. For extra challenge, straighten your legs. Now, grab hold of an invisible oar in front of you and we'll paddle ourselves towards the other side of a beautiful imaginary river. So you paddle right, paddle left, core strong, legs strong, working the obliques, and boom, we've reached the other side. Drop your oar, extend the arms, lower to low boat, and relax on the mats. Nice work. Now, for the back side of our core, we'll do a quick bridge flow. Bend your knees, feet on the mat a little below your hips. With your next inhale, lift your hips and raise your arms overhead. Hands touch the floor. Exhale, lower your arms and your hips. We'll do this 2.5 more times. Inhale to raise, and exhale, lower. Inhale with control, lift, and exhale, slowly lower down. This last time we'll inhale to lift, then as you exhale, keep your hips raised, lower your arms. Walk your elbows and shoulders towards each other. Clasp your hands under your hips. Press the outer edge of your arms into the mat. Lift the hips high. Come into the classic bridge pose. You're arching your spine. Connect with your breath. Feel that therapeutic back bend. And release your hands. Bring them to your sides and slowly lower your spine back to the mat. Take a moment to relax here. Observe the sensations in your body. Now for one more pose for the spine, straighten your legs and bring your hands under your hips. Prop yourself up on your elbows and lean your head back, arching your spine, heart lifting. Fish pose. Just make sure your spine and especially your neck feel okay here. If you're not comfortable, you can just rest with your knees bent, lying on the mat. If you're in fish pose, this is really nice for inviting in extra prana, extra life force. And inhale, lift your head, release your hands, lie down on the mat with your knees bent. For our last active pose, draw your knees toward your chest. Lift the soles of your feet toward the ceiling. Grab the bottoms of your feet or your ankles or shins if you can't reach the feet. And press your knees down toward the mat. opening your hips. Happy baby pose. Pretend you are a carefree baby once again. Stress doesn't exist. Everyone pampers and adores you all day long. If you like, gently rock the knees from side to side. Now release your feet back down to the mat. Extend your legs and let them rest wide apart. Let your arms come to rest a little ways away from your body. You can stay in this traditional Shavasana pose, or if you need some extra energy, raise your arms overhead so you're resting on the floor in a star shape. This position is restful, but a little more energizing. As you lay here, inhale, feel yourself becoming lighter. Exhale, release all efforts. Feel the support of the ground beneath you. Allow your eyes to be gently closed. If this feels like where you need to be, you can stay here as long as you like. If you need to get back to your day, you can bring your arms down to your sides if they were overhead and roll onto one side. Bring yourself up to sitting. Take your time coming here. Bring yourself into a comfortable seat. Take a moment to observe your breath. Notice how you're feeling right now. I hope you're feeling really good and that you can take that with you for the rest of your day. Thank you so much for practicing with me virtually, and see you next time.